What's up, guys? You're tuned into another Rappler Live Jam from home. My name is Amanda, and up next we have Steph Martell. She is an up and coming singer songwriter who is about to release her first EP, and we will be talking to her about it and also her music. So, hi, Steph. Welcome to Live Jam. It's
Thanks
great
for
to have
having
you. Oh, yeah. Um, yeah. So we'll be listening to some of the songs from your EP in just a bit. But before that, I want to talk to you about it and also about your music. So I guess to begin with, how did you get into music? Like, how did that get started?
I think I've always been musically inclined as a child. I always had instruments around me, and my mom played piano, and my dad was a photographer, and now he's a concert photographer. So I've always been interested in like performing live, writing my own songs. And I think it's just like a really good way to express yourself when sometimes it's hard, especially like now where you can't even go out anymore. So I think how I started was deeply rooted like inside of me.
Hmm. So when you said you were always like, you just it seems like you always were writing songs like it came very natural to you. But do you remember like the first song that you ever wrote?
I do actually. I think the first song that I ever wrote, it was this really ridiculous song about like growing and trees. And I made my parents listen to it and they were like, this is an awful song, but keep trying. I value my parents' opinion for that reason because like they were
Yeah.
always honest with me. So I just kept working at it, and here I am.
Yeah. I love how they just told you it was awful. But
Yeah.
they told you to keep going. That's it's great. Like honesty is great, I guess, for most artists. So from that song, now you're about to release your first ever EP. Um how did, between the first song and your upcoming EP, like what happened? Like, how did you improve? What did you learn
Mhm.
as a songwriter and musician?
Well, I first started off, my family was like very supportive, right? And so they still are. And so my mom put me through like singing lessons and piano lessons and all the lessons. And then I also went to PhilPop boot camp to like refine my writing. And I think this like journey has really showed me that writing isn't just about like coming up with words and like feeling your emotions, but also like sharing with people and like making sure that everybody knows that hey, I'm human too. You know, I have emotions. I can write, and I just hope you can like relate to my song because I feel like some more than me, obviously, there's more than one person experiencing the same feelings and emotions, you know?
Yeah, and you mentioned the PhilPop um, songwriting camp. I do remember like coming across you there because I was there,
Mm.
um, and like you were being mentored by the greats like
Uh-huh.
you had Ben and Ben, you had Ryan Cayabyab, Gina Belamide. So what was it like to sit there and just absorb all these things from all these great musicians?
It was so crazy. It was like the biggest adrenaline rush of my life, like I've ever felt. And I just had my notebook and I was so very eager to absorb everything. And I was the youngest there, so I was like really scared that they wouldn't like they would only see my age, but they really didn't, and it was super open and really nice. And when I saw Ben and Ben, I swear I was like, my face, I couldn't even say anything because, and it's so crazy because they complimented my writing, which was even crazier. And I'm just like really honored to have been there and to have learned like how they used to write songs, how they still write songs, and how they are, you know, staying with the trend and being able to still continue on with their careers, even though some of them are, you know, like older.
Hi, I'm back. Yeah, let's do that question over again. Sorry. Game. Okay. So yeah, you mentioned the PhilPop boot camp. What was it like to be there and learn from all these great musicians?
It was crazy. I feel so honored to have been there, and it was the like biggest adrenaline rush of my life that I've ever felt. And I was like I was 16 and I was the youngest person there. And it was crazy because I thought, like, oh, they might not think I'm like good enough because I'm so young and I don't have many, I don't have a big resume like some of the other people, but I felt really accepted and I felt like I found a place where like, hey, there are these people who do exactly what you do and are trying to figure it out just like you are. And I was just really happy to be able to absorb all of the information and to be able to meet Ben and have them even like compliment my music. That was crazy. Yeah. So
Hmm.
I just appreciate it all.
Yeah, and you were 16 then. That was in 2019, so I guess you're 18 now. How old are you? I can't do the math.
I'm turning 18
Yeah.
in like 5 months, so still a while. Yeah.
Wow, you're so young, but here you are like coming out with an EP. Like how did you um decide to pursue music as more than just a hobby?
Well, first, I already went through a confusing period of time where I was just thinking about my career and like what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I mean, I still can't really tell you now, but I will say that I did learn that music really is my number one passion, and I want to be able to create music and write for as long as I live. So,
Wow.
um, yeah, I think I came to that conclusion when I thought about music as like a hobby. I was thinking about it first. I was like, oh, what if I just make music a hobby? What if I do something else? And I don't know, something inside of me was just like, you'll die of depression. I don't know. You just not right, I can't
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. So this is I guess it's almost like it's inevitable for you to pursue this path.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you keep mentioning the EP. You're about to come out with it. Can you tell us? It's an eponymous EP, so it's called Steph Martell.
Mhm.
Can you tell us more about it? Like, how did you come up with the songs? Was there a theme behind it?
Uh-huh. Okay. This is a good question. There wasn't a theme behind it initially because I had previously released a bunch of singles. But then I said to myself at the beginning of like 2019, I was like, maybe I should write an EP. But I wasn't super serious about it. And the reason why this EP is what it is because of my like relationships in the past and my experiences. And the whole EP is about like toxicity and having all these toxic things going on in your life and being able to conquer them and like get rid of them so that you can move on with yourself and be able to be the person that you want to be.
Hmm. You sound like very personal themes, like toxicity and like if you were drawing from your past relationships. Sounds very personal. So, how does it feel that you're about to let that out into the world and have other people listen to it?
I mean, it's kind of nerve wracking because, I normally don't care about other people's opinions, but with this, it's like my soul, and if you don't like it, then you probably won't like me, you know?
Hmm.
Like, so I'm nervous, but I'm also really excited because I know that other people have experienced what I'm experiencing. Like, they've gone through similar stuff. So I really hope that people enjoy it and take the time to like listen.
Hmm. And I listened to it. Like you sent over some of the songs, or
Mhm.
yeah, you sent over the whole EP, and
The whole
I
yeah.
yeah, listening to it, I felt or I heard like a distinct kind of like a 2000s pop rock kind of
Mhm.
sound. Was that an inspiration for the EP, and also like who what other artists inspired this?
So I really, as a child, my dad would always play like rock music in the car, like really old 80s, 90s rock. And
Mm.
I also really like pop music. I like artists like Demi Lovato, even like Taylor Swift. I listen to that, but I also really appreciate all of like the punk music. So I kind of thought about what I wanted to, like the style that I wanted to put into these songs, and I kind of thought about it, and I was like, maybe I should mix my dad's childhood forcefulness with
Mhm.
the stuff that I regularly listen to also. So when I combine those two, this is what happened.
Yeah, I can hear how that those two influences come together. But like I'm curious, how do you, for example, when you sit down and write a song, how do you start? Like does the music come first? Do the words come first? Or is it just like sort of both at the same time?
Good question. For me personally, I write both at the same time, if not the melody
Wow.
first, because I don't know, sometimes after I've finished a conversation with someone or finished doing something, it hits like a wave. Like it's just something that has to, it was like, I think one of my songs, or some of them, sprouted from like me just cooking or like having a conversation with someone. I just got off the phone and I was like, wow, I don't feel too great right now. So let's write a song about it.
Wow. So they come in like random moments. How do you capture that? Like when you have the idea, do you just like automatically write it down or record it?
Oh, I use my like voice apps, like the voice notes on my phone. Oh my God,
Mhm.
it's so abused. I have like hundreds, hundreds of random and it's sometimes it's nothing. Like I wrote a song recently about like a frog. I don't know how that happened. It's really weird for me. Like I write music about all kinds of things. Like I think I've written about soap before. It just happens, Like I kind
Mhm.
of stare off into the distance somehow. And some people say, what I learned from PhilPop at least, some people say that there's like this place that you go, or there's like this river that musicians go to like find their music, find their lyrics. So I feel like that to me is actually true, like I resonate with it.
Mhm. So out of all these random like ideas and little songs that you write, how did you pick out, how do you know which ones to pick out and, put into an EP?
hmm So I kind of I had a couple of songs. I had more than five listed. I was thinking, oh, which ones am I going to put into this EP? And so originally it was actually supposed to be four, but then one of my friends was like, hey, you should put this other song in there. It would fit the theme so well. And so I did. So I get it from like my people who listen to the music, people like my parents or some of my friends. And I also think about it like if all of these songs are about the same person or about the similar topics, then, I'll group them together. And also if they tell a story, I want it to be able to take you somewhere. When you listen to the whole EP, I want you to be able to say, oh, wow, I remember what it was like, doing this, being a teenager, blah, blah, blah. So I just want to be
Mhm.
able to, show people that um, my EP has a story.
Yeah. And we'll be hearing that, I guess. When are you releasing this EP?
March 14th. So I'll be releasing it and all the five songs, and I'm really excited for it.
Yay. And you did this independently. Like you produced this EP
Mhm.
independently.
Yeah,
Wow.
I do have a producer, but I really didn't want to sign with any labels or do any of
Mhm.
that because I mean, it is the way to go for some people, but for me, I'm just so rough around the edges, and I really just want to be able to establish my name first, like offer people, like show people what I have to offer
Yeah.
before I, do anything really that takes my consent or takes, you know what I mean? Like, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Takes my more deeply, like more effort, more commitment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you mentioned like you have a producer on this, and were you working on it like during the pandemic,
hmm
the EP?
So, two of the songs I recorded at his studio, but
Mhm.
then the pandemic hit, and I was like, oh shoot, what am I gonna do? So he said, oh, you could just record it in your house, and I'm like, but there's like dogs, barking in the background. And so he like walked me through it. Nick Lazaro, he's a great producer. Yeah, he walked me through it, and I was able to pull it off somehow. Well, he was, honestly. It was more on his part.
So this is a home-recorded, homemade EP. We're about to hear it on March 14. And for now, I guess it's the perfect time to cue into your performances. What songs will you be performing on the show?
I picked 4 songs for today. I picked the songs Next to Me, One More Time, Imagine If, and Far Away, because Next to Me is already released, so you can check that out on my Spotify if you want. But the other 3 are on the EP, and they are my favorites personally. So that's why I picked them.
All right. So I guess let's hear it. Thank you for chatting with us, Steph, and we're very excited for your EP to come out. And thank you everyone for tuning in. This is Live Jam. Enjoy the music of Steph Martell.
I got a secret and I want you to know, but I'm a little scared to show this side of me. This side of me. We just met, feels like I've known you for years. Everything you say is so sincere, gives me energy. You give me energy. I felt alone for a little bit, an empty seat, and you sat in it to sit next to me. You sat next to me, next to me, next to me. Ooh. Ooh. And I saw something that piqued my interest. Not gonna lie, I don't remember the rest of what you said. Of what you said. And sometimes I cannot relate, but I would always listen anyways, just to hear your voice. Just to hear your voice. I felt alone for a little bit, an empty seat, and you sat in it to sit next to me. You sat next to me, next to me, next to me. Ooh. It kills me when you get angry, and it kills me when you can't see the brighter side. I felt alone for a little bit, an empty seat, and you sat in it to sit next to me. You sat next to me. I felt alone for a little bit, an empty seat, and you sat in it to sit next to me. You sat next to me, next to me.
that's alright. My demons know how to hide. Couldn't take much more. Mistakes are choice you have yet to make. One time is never enough for you. Hurt me until I give up on me. One time is only a game we play until I break. One more time. One more time. One more time. One more time. Thunder Imagine if the trees are swaying, the sun is shining bright, but your smile is even brighter. Time is ticking, phone is ringing, do I pick it up? The sun might be on the side for me, and yours is in the middle. The moon might be on the rise for me, and I might miss you a little. Side by side, though you're not by my side, word for word, take it that you won't lie to me. Don't lie to me. So don't go far away. I want you to stay. Don't go far away, even though you're far away. Phone vibrating, texting back and forth. I know I said I was sick of you, but I'd spend all my time with you, 'cause we laugh a lot. The sun might be on the side for me, and yours is in the middle. The moon might be on the rise for me, and I might miss you a little. Side by side, though you're not by my side, word for word, take it that you won't lie to me. Don't lie to me. So don't go far away. I want you to stay. Don't go far away, even though you're far away. Don't ever lose me. Don't ever forget about me like I once did to you. Don't ever cross me. Don't ever stop me like I once did to you. To you. The sun might be on the side for me, and yours is in the middle. The moon might be on the rise for me, and I might miss you a little. Side by side, though you're not by my side, word for word, take it that you won't lie to me. Don't lie to me. So don't go far away. I want you to stay. Don't go far away, even though you're far